So, Carlos, I have a few questions. I heard that you're going to be soon representing WiseKey at the Global Competitiveness Forum in Riyadh. And last year you were speaking about cybersecurity. This year I heard you're speaking more about Generation C. Can you just tell me a little bit about what Generation C is, please?
With pleasure. The Global Competitiveness Forum in Riyadh is an event which brings basically 1,000 leaders around the world every year to trying to more or less project the new trends in terms of the civil society. Last year, the internet risks on the internet was one of the risks I raised was cybersecurity. Actually, this is a risk of 2012 too on the World Economic Forum. So the main focus of that last year was to show to the audience that the internet is actually a great thing, but at the same time has many dark areas which needs to be considered. Now, this year we are a bit more positive, maybe, as the focus is going to be on Generation C, which is this new generation, which is now 13, 14 years old, and they're born in the 90s, which is a totally connected generation. Generation C stands for click, communicate, and connect. And basically, it is a generation which brings a totally new way of doing things. This generation does everything on the internet. For them, personal data protection is not a big issue as it was maybe for my generation. They are less conscious about confidentiality issues. They are more into user experience, being able to outreach, to be very fast in connecting to the friends and interrelate with them and exchange information. Obviously, Generation C does not necessarily know all the dangers of the previous generations, and that's maybe what we have to be cautious, is that the internet is evolving as a very ubiquitous environment where a lot of transactions are happening, but the internet is still unsecure. So the Generation C is sitting on an infrastructure which is 25 years old. The World Wide Web is going to be 25 years next year. And as a consequence, our job as a security company and experts on security is to improve and increase the security on the underlying security so the Generation C can benefit from those results. Imagine in a highway, Generation C will be a very sophisticated car, which has a very old kind of technology, but the car will not be able to have a safe drive if the highway will not be secure. You have to secure the highway, you have to secure the infrastructure, you have to make sure that the car can use its full potential on that highway. Similar approach. Amazing things happening to the internet is becoming transactional. The level of innovation is enormous. 1 billion people more are joining the internet on Generation C. We're going to have a situation by the year 2020, we're going to have 50 billion devices connected to the internet. People are going to be able to do all kinds of things, but we have to be very conscious that there's another C to add to the Generation C, which is the confidentiality issues, how I protect my personal data. Although I might want to exchange a lot of photos and videos with my friends, maybe one day I want to be sure that this is not going to be used in the wrong way or by the wrong people. So that's going to be the panel, and I am very glad and happy again to go to Riyadh this year to be able to share those ideas with my partners there.
Okay. Did you want to speak a little bit maybe and tell us a bit about how you propose to make this Generation C aware of the dangers of the internet and the solutions that WiseKey is proposing for this generation?
Yeah, actually Generation C is a bit, because they're young, and when you are young you are not necessarily aware of dangers.
You don't really care, yeah.
They are less inclined to trying to understand the dangers. So how we do it, we are developing, actually we're going to be disclosing in Riyadh Generation C WiseID app, which is an application that you can download for free from the internet, from iTunes, that allow you to do all kinds of things that you can do with WiseID, protect your data, do a single sign-on, encrypt your pictures, encrypt your data, so young people, Generation C, will be able to encrypt data with other people. So we are educating them that security is actually not a bad thing. I mean, normally when you're young, you are going against everything which is security or procedures or norms because you're young and you want to be wild. So we have to respect that illusion, that model of thinking, without put them in danger. So companies like WiseKey main objective is to let them to benefit from this extraordinary thing you can find on the internet, without putting young people in danger. And I think that's what this technology helps them to do.
Okay, so it puts them even more in control of their own data rather
Correct.
than giving it all to somebody else.
Control of their data, being able to switch on, to, go in or out without leaving traces of their data. When you are young, you might not be too worried about sharing data, but if you get married later or you're going to apply for a job, maybe what you did with 13 or 14 years, 17 years old is not necessarily a good thing.
You might want to hide those photos.
Exactly. So maybe that's actually the objective, to be able for them to benefit from the internet, but without to the point that they're going to compromise their future careers or lives. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds very, very interesting.